Silver, north of $35 an ounce. I understand, as recording this video, it's north of 36 now. That's why I say 35 plus. I woke up this morning. Silver was at almost 36. I'm shocked. All right, I'm shocked it got here this fast. Are we going to be able to hold? That's the key point. I think it will this time. Please like the video. Share the video out. I got the melt numbers for the 90% silver across the board. Normally, I don't bring that to you in the middle of the week, but it's important. We got to get that out. I found a deal on eBay. I'm going to let you folks know what's going on at the shop. We got a lot to talk about. Let's just get into it right now. Where do I start? All right. 36 and change for silver right now. As of 9:05 in the East Coast. It's huge, my friends. It's huge. We are seeing silver starting to take off. Are we going to be able to hold? I think so. Time will tell. Okay, time will tell. Woke up this morning. Had 4 emails. 4 different customers. And they all wanted north of 100 ounces of silver right now. We have it in stock. It just goes to show the cost average always has worked. Not trying to come in and buy it all at once when it's going up. It's okay to buy it when it's going up. I'm still doing it. I'll let you know about the deal in a few minutes here, what I found on eBay. Look, I'm still getting it. All right, the price don't bother me right now one bit. All right, the price don't bother me, but I got some stipulations in my own head where I won't pay more than certain price for different products. I mentioned that already. And as we move forward, I might not be able to afford it myself. I'm glad I got it when I got it. All right? I will say it that way. Let's just talk about the Pimbex deal. Let's get that out of the way. We got the Pimbex giveaway coming up. I talked to Michael yesterday, as most of you folks know already. When I was talking to him, he had the roll of silver quarters in his hands, all taped up in the tube for the giveaway. We are giving away, they're giving away 1 tube of silver Washington quarters, $10 face. I'm giving away another $3.35 face in silver. 6 halves, 1 quarter, Staying Liberty quarter, and 1 Baba Dime. Baba Dime's dated 1910. The quarter is dated 1927. Yes, you can read the date. That is a $13.35 face value and 90% silver. The giveaway will happen on July 4th. I will make a video about 10 days prior for the giveaway video, a specialized video where you're going to comment and enter the giveaway. That will be done about 10 days before, not this video, 10 days before July 4th. Everybody will have an opportunity and chance to enter the giveaway. I've shrunk the giveaway time down for the giveaway. Some people said I went too long with the last one, so I reduced it to 10 days. So that will be posted. I'm letting you know now in advance. You must be subscribed to win. If you're not yet subscribed, you best be subscribed to the channel. It's free. Let's talk about the Pimbex deal of the week, my friends. You're going to be very happy for the rest of the month. I'll just tell you that. We got a great lineup of 90% silver coming your way for deals. Right now. Yeah, they gone up. Silver's gone up, so they have to go up too. Silver quarters, 3 rolls or more. Right now, it's $263.20 as recording of this video. Keep in mind, when I'm showing this price can change. It's going to change with the volatility of silver. So this may not be the exact price you've seen, but it's going to be the same deal overall when I get to the next page here. As of June 5th, 2025, at 8:48 a.m. is when I recorded this information. Okay? They're selling for, it breaks down to be $6.58 each. The melt value is $6.53 each for the silver quarters. It's 6 cents more, my friends. About 6 cents more per over melt. It's a huge opportunity to pick up some silver quarters still at a great price. Thank you, channel sponsor Pimbex. for sponsoring Coin Shop Chris. Thank you to the viewer out there, because it's not possible without you. Let's go to the melt values, because I done this. Normally I don't do this during the middle of the week. I normally record this once a week on my 90% Silver Market Watch Report. But since silver has taken off, I think it's worth noting of what's going on in the market, what your 90% silver coins are worth. So we're going to start off with the people like to give me a hard time about the war nickels. Well, the war nickels are now melting for $2.03 each. Okay, your silver dimes are melting for $2.61 each. We just covered the silver quarters on the Pimbex deal, but I put it on here again, $6.53 each the melt value is. Your 90% silver halves will now have a melt value of $13.06. $13.06. Remember the days where I was showing these cards? They were melting for $10.71, $11, $12. We're over $13 now. 40% silver halves have a melt value of $5.34 right now. Another one I get picked on a lot. I'm glad some of you have picked them up for a lot cheaper than this. You took my heed. Not trying to tell you how to buy, not telling you how to sell, not telling you to do anything like that. I'm stacking them as far as I can to get my 2,000 bagged goal. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, okay? I don't know at this point. We are watching this price very closely at the shop. We are still selling them below melt at this time. We're selling them for $5 a coin. Once they reach $5.50, we're going 50 cents higher than melt. That is what we're going to do at the shop. Because we got so many, the boss has bought a lot of these way under the $5 threshold, way under the $4 threshold. All right, when silver was a lot lower. He accumulated them, and he just stacked them away, stacked them away, stacked them away. We don't melt, folks. All right, we don't melt that much. All right, that's the key. We hold. If a coin's torn up, bar's torn up, a lot of melt spots on it, yeah, we probably send that off to the melter. But regardless, we don't melt a lot. Stop the melt campaign. Stop the melt campaign continues, my friends. Your Morgan apiece, dollars. $27.93. Melt value only. No numismatic value, just the silver content in the metal. It's in the coin itself. What else do we got? Eisenhower's, 40%, $11.41. And American Silver Eagles, as recording this video, it's $36.11. That was the silver spot price on those. Folks, it goes up. These are going to go up in value. Your coins are going to go up in value. People laugh. I'm sure your friends have laughed at you. I'm sure family members have laughed at you. Show them this video now. How much silver has risen in one day. Is it going to hold? I don't know. All right. My insight on this one is I think it's going to hold this time. I might be totally wrong. We might see a dip tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. You know, a lot of people say we see the hammer down on Fridays. Very well could happen. Very well could happen. I want to show you a deal I got on eBay last night. And yes, they're 40% silver halves. This happens to be a lot of 1968s. The person started the auction at 99 cents or best offer. Okay. Keep that in mind. 99 cents or best offer. So I put in, so they wanted $4.57 to ship them. So I put in an offer of 28 bucks. Well, lo and behold, the person took the deal and accepted the offer. I paid. Automatically paid. I got up to 8 for $32.57. At the time, I got them for $4.07 each. At the time, the melt value was $5.11. The melt value is $5.34 now. Okay, the melt value is $5.34 now. I got a deal. Yeah, it's only 8 more. 8 more, but I didn't have. The deals are out there, my friends. You gotta look. You know, people are going to say, I guarantee you, someone's going to say in the comments, I took advantage of this person. No, I made an offer. Okay, I made an offer. Nobody has to accept the offer. Okay, nobody has to accept the offer. And I don't know why people think that I ripped off that other lady I talked about yesterday from a year and a half ago, a year ago, whenever it was. It was an offer. I'll say this again. If you're going to sell on eBay, you better well know what the heck you are selling. And when you start an auction off at 99 cents, that tells me that person does not know, most of the time. I made an offer. Person didn't have to accept it. The person could have countered the offer, could have right out declined the offer. They got the power. They have the item in hand. I don't. It's an offer. So who's to blame? It's not the us buyers are making the offer. It's the seller. All right. If the seller don't know, eBay is a wild west. Okay. Say this again. I'll make this crystal clear. Someone comes into the shop that I work for. Someone don't know. Yes, we're going to be totally honest with our offers and tell them exactly what it's worth first. Then we're going to tell them what we're able to pay. Shop has to make money, of course, on everything. Or try to make money off of everything. That's how business works. But when you sit there and sell on eBay, you better know what your items are worth before you do it. Look, there are tools on eBay called sold listings. Some people know how to use it. Some people don't know how to use it. You go to Advance. You click the little button that says sold listings, what you're trying to sell. Gives you a history of what stuff is going for at the time. So, again, don't matter if I knew what the price is worth. That don't matter. It was an offer. So I will defend myself with that one. I will defend myself with that one. Just because it's either the person who's saying that I took advantage of this person is maybe jealous that they didn't get the item themselves, or just want to be a troll. One of the two. One or two. You know, when you go to a yard sale, somebody has something for $10. You see a sign out front, everything must go, moving sale. Well, that's a key thing to ask someone if someone's going to take something for less. So if someone, and I've done this. You know, I had a flea market up in Maine. I told you folks that I sold coins, I sold other odds and ends. And I had someone watching my table in the mornings. A friend of mine, a couple friends. So sometimes a friend would go with me to the yard sales because he would come down and get a table every now and then at the flea market right next to me. And we would go to yard sales. And someone would have something. I thought it was too much. Yeah, I kept some money in one pocket, kept some money in another pocket, kept some money in my back wallet. And depending what pocket, I had 1s and 5s and 10s and 20s. I kept in my wallet, of course. Someone wanted something for $10. I said, would you take 7? They might come back and say, you take 8. I said, no, I would really rather pay 7 because you must move everything that you claim. So, most of the times, they take the 7. Or they take the 5. They take half off. Whatever the case may be. You know, whatever the case may be. Stick the money right on their hands. You know, have the money ready to go. You know, people see that cash and they just want to grab it as fast as they can. You know, you got to use the tricks outside in the book to get what you want for what you... Then I can turn around and sell it for 10, 15 bucks at the flea market. It's called business, my friends. It's called business. I don't care if it's sat there for 2 weekends, 3 weekends. It's called business. It will move eventually. And I can always come down on the price if it's not moving. That's happened to me a few times. Sometimes I sold it for the same thing I bought it for. The point is, it's an offer. Just like when you go into your coin shops and you're trying to sell, let's say, you don't like the offer. Again, it's an offer. You don't have to accept it. It's not because the coin shop's trying to take advantage of you. If you say okay to that deal, then maybe you're the one who's been taken advantage of. It's an offer. That's the point of it all. Because there's an offer out there, don't mean anybody's going to accept the offer. Either which way. Just like the Pimbex deal of the week. We understand everybody can't afford that deal. Can't come up with the funds for 3 rolls of silver quarters. We understand that. Totally understand that. But you got to think of it this way. They are a business, right? So we can check that one off. They're paying the shipping. Shipping's not cheap, my friends. Shipping's not cheap. They're going to insure the package in case it did get lost. There's additional cost on that. They got to eat that cost themselves as a business expense. So doing $30 face at a time is really a good business decision instead of trying to ship 20 face, 10 face at a time. It does not make business sense to do it that way. It does not. I understand. They understand. The deal's not for everybody. You know, it is what it is. All right. At the end of the day, it's an offer out there for people who have an opportunity to get it. Look, you see how I buy. I work for a coin shop. I don't buy a lot. I don't convert a lot, I should say, at the coin shop that I work for. I can get better deals. I like the onesies and twosies deals. I like these little 8 coin lots. 19 coin lots I showed you. I got a deal on the 90% silver halves yesterday. Person wanted $105, 12 something ship them. Okay, I got them for $9.85 a coin. They're worth $13.06 now. Don't know how I remember that number, but I did. They're worth $13.06 now. It was a straight buy it now. Look, the deals are out there. We just have to look. And I tell you how I do it. I'll say this again. Look for sellers with good feedback. If you're that worried about fakes out there, stay with the sellers with 100% feedback. If they have 99.9, maybe stay away then. If you're really new to the game. If you know what you look for the fakes, then you're doing better. I know what I'm doing. I still got caught up in the action of getting some fake coins. I got my money back. I know how the eBay system works when I get fake coins. It's not happened to me a lot. All right? There's tons of fakes out there right now. You got to be careful. So, with that being said, you pay up a little bit more going to your local coin shop where you know you're not going to get fakes, or you go to an online bullion dealer like Pimbex, pay a little bit more than some people are selling for eBay and you know you're not going to get fakes with them. Look, it's a decision you have to make yourselves. All right? Yeah, even me with being in the known, I got fooled. Sometimes pictures of coins on the screen does not say 1,000 words. Okay? Sometimes that does not happen. They look so good to the eye, and it's a picture, and they can alter these pictures to make them look more real, I guess. Look, feedback says everything to me. High percentage of feedbacks says numerous to me. Yes, I've gotten stuff from smaller sellers that don't have a lot of feedback, but I'll tell you this. Everybody deserves a chance. Whether you have a 0% feedback or you have 150,000 feedback, or somewhere in the middle, everybody starts off at 0 feedbacks, correct? feedbacks don't really, the feedback overall does not really bother me where I'm at with my stacking. But for the ones who are new, maybe stay with the more reputable sellers until these sellers can prove themselves to other sellers, to other buyers, I should say. And then go back. But then you take a chance of them not having it anymore. You know, yeah, I've done over 1,100 transactions, 1,120 transactions. Not all for myself. These are for friends of the coin shops who are looking for something specific. My boss lets us do this. We make a little bit of commission off the sale. They don't go to the shop. We order through our own accounts. We make a little bit of money off of it. And that's how we do it if we can't get it for the shop. If we want to spend the time for customers and find a specialized coin or find a deal, our owner is okay with that. Because we know eventually they're going to come back to the store. They're going to remember that, my friends. They're going to remember that we took extra time to find a deal for them. They're coming back to the store anyways. And it's been proven time and time again that system actually works. Where they come back and buy from us directly. If you folks have any questions for me about silver, gold, or platinum, reach out to me in my email. It's in the description of every single video I do. I thank you for watching. Thank you for letting me rant today. We're going to keep you what's going on with the shop. We're going to keep an close eye on silver, gold, and platinum prices. And till the next video this afternoon, we will see you then. Coin Shop Chris is now out.